Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing our April TBR, and as you guys know, maybe not, I started a brand new TBR game because I had to make sure that I was feeling engaged in the game or else I'd get kind of bored of it. Because you guys know I don't do the greatest at TBR games or TBRs in general, so I needed to do something and have prompts that were a little bit easier than what I was doing with my old game, and this is a much simpler game. So if you haven't seen it, I would go check out the very first video. I'll link it down below, but it's just darts, and I have a chart. Basically, the outer white and ring is 1 point, the inner white and black ring is 2 points, and then the little small baby ones are 3 points. And that depends on the prompt. The prompt is really easy if it's 1 point, middle 2 points, and much harder if it's a 3-pointer. And then if I hit a bullseye, I will go on a shopping trip that I will show in this video. So hopefully we eventually get a bullseye. I don't know if that will ever happen. Yeah, but a little bit of housekeeping, because we're gonna go over how I did last week and do our little points, because I can tell you right now, I did not read everything I was supposed to, which is not surprising, and I definitely did not follow what I said I was gonna read, because anything I say in these videos that I'm gonna read is a suggestion. It is not what I actually potentially I'm going to read. But a little bit of housekeeping. I am changing my rules a little bit, because going back through the old video, what was a little bit confusing and confused me was if I missed the board. So if I missed the board in the previous video, it was extra 2 shots, basically redoing the missed shot and then adding a book on, so that's a second shot. I'm just gonna say it's a 1. If I miss the board, it's a 1 point, and I add a shot at the end for an extra book. So that's just kind of how I'm gonna have to do it. Simplified it a little bit. If I miss, it's a point, and I add a book at the very end. Anyway, that being said, let's talk about the books that I actually read and if I actually did the prompt. So I'm not going to talk about the books at length, that's for my wrap-up videos, but we're going to say whether we fulfilled the prompt or not. So I had 7 prompts to fulfill from last week, and I did actually fulfill 5, and it's funny because the 5 that I fulfilled were the 1-pointers. I did not do either 2-point prompts, so we're going to be adding 4 points to the negative, which is not great. So I did not fulfill nature horror. I did not end up getting to a lonely broadcast or Don't Let the Forest In, and I did not read a book from the first book talk video that I see. I definitely did not do that because it was Atmosphere Will the Many, and I definitely didn't read either of those. So we did not fulfill those, so we need to add 4 points to our little chart. And again, I would go check out the first video if you didn't know this, but basically if I get 10 points in the finished prompts, I get to pick a free book. So if I hit like a 3-pointer that month, then I can choose not to do the prompt and just choose a free pick for those 3 points. And then if I get 10 unfinished points in that bottom, then I have a, you guys know the video, I have a giant stack of books that I am sorting through to get rid of because I'm not interested in them at all. So I will be spinning the wheel to read one of those books as an added thing for no points. So yeah. So anyway, we got to add some stuff to this. Now, I totally forgot to get stickers. I also totally forgot to print out the rest of the 3-pointers. So we're hoping that we don't get any 3-pointers because I only have like 4 prompts that are printed out. But we're gonna use masking tape for right now for this because I don't want to use any of my like fancy expensive stickers that I use for my planner. So I need to go buy some. So it's gonna look really, really ugly for right now. But you know, it looks so funny. That's so bad. Anyway, so we got 4 points. We are 6 points away from having to read a book that I don't want to read for 0 points. Yeah. Yeah, woo. Anyway, so the prompts that I did finish, we had new to me author, which was 1 point. And I did read The Wolf King. For fantasy book, because I have romantasy and fantasy on there, so it has to be fantasy first. There can be a romance, obviously, but it has to be classified as fantasy first. So for my fantasy book, I read The Summer Queen, which I'm really excited. I used this prompt for great things. I'm now caught up in the series. The next book I think is coming out at the end of April. Then we have a sci-fi book, and I did read Cold Wire because I did finish my reading all of my November and December book boxes, so we are caught up finally, which is very exciting. So we're on 2026 books now, but I did read this. This is a sci-fi dystopian. It's definitely sci-fi. It's like virtual reality stuff. So it's definitely sci-fi. There is dystopian stuff in it, but it is sci-fi. So we read this. For a 5-star prediction, another one that I kind of like picked up and it forced me to read it right away, and that is Her Last Breath. I think I read this for reading books based on mystery boxes, picking what I read. It actually worked really, really well for that one. And then the last one is start a series. I had a couple for this, like the Wolf King would have counted. So I could have interchanged this one and the Wolf King. Like this is also a new author to me, but it was also the start of a new series, Shady Hollow. But this is the one I wanted to read for this prompt. So I did actually do that, which is very exciting. So that is 5 points to the positive. This is what we're looking at right now. I've said it before. This is not an aesthetic channel. This will never be an aesthetic channel. My Instagram is not a super aesthetic place to be, but you know, it's real. It's real. We're flying by the seat of our pants half the time. But I do plan to get some nice stickers for this, but aren't my really fancy stickers. And then I am changing this. This was just kind of the setup what I have for now, but I am currently workshopping a cuter diagram for putting the stickers on. I just am not the most creative, so it takes me a little bit more time than the average person to come up with stuff. And I workshop it with some of my friends because they're all significantly more creative than I am. So this is what we have for right now, but so we're 5 points away from getting a free pick, which is really nice. And you know, I think I'm gonna have it so that it's gonna be like, I'm gonna have like a little card. I think I'm gonna make like a little card and I just have it to use. So if I really don't like a prompt, I can just stick it in there, but I have to pick it in the video. I can't just decide it works later. So that's how that's going to be used. I can't just be like, oh, I didn't finish this prompt, I'll use it now. No, I have to pick in the actual TBR video, not decide later. So that's kind of everything I had to go through. And I think it's now time to actually go ahead and shoot some darts. So let's shoot our very first dart. The wind is kind of crazy today, so you're just gonna have to bear with me. So hopefully we hit the board every single time, so we only have 5 books, but I don't have high hopes because I have not practiced at all since the last time, and that was a month ago. So this could actually be really, really bad. So hopefully it's not terrible, and hopefully we get some other prompts other than 1-pointers, but the 1-pointers are easy. I wouldn't mind getting some easy prompts since we did fail 2 already, which is not great. So let's go throw the very first dart. So that was already 3 points. I can't get that many though because I haven't printed all the 3-point sheet things out yet. So, because my printer ran out of ink. I just haven't bought any more ink. So I need to not get any more 3-pointers. I need to just get 1 points and 2 points from now on. So yeah, fingers crossed we don't get any more 3-pointers. My one request was not getting a 3-pointer, and that's the very first thing we did. That's the very first thing we did. And like I said, I got 4 of these because my printer ate all my ink. It ate all my ink printing these out, and I'm too cheap right now to buy new ink. So we have four prompts. Is it 4? Yeah, it's 4 prompts. We have 4 prompts to pick from. I don't know what they are because I generally have an idea of what the 3-pointers are, which are some of them are very difficult, but I don't know which 4 I printed. So these are these, and we're still gonna pick them because I said last time I was gonna have like a thing overhead, but I still haven't figured that out either. So we're just gonna pick them like this. I just can't look at them, but yeah, I don't know what they are. So I guess we'll just pick a middle one. Read a classic. That was the worst one. That was the worst one I could have gotten. Okay. I have 2 options for this. I have 2 options that I'm excited about. Yeah, so give me a second and I'll go get those. But I do have 2 options that I'm not super upset about. Stupid, read a classic. This was actually pretty easy because I have started reading both of these, but I'm so early on in reading them that I'm gonna count them. I also need to reread one of them, the beginning, but I've read a chapter of one and like 2 chapters of the other. So I mean, it's fine. I was trying to read Wuthering Heights. I was reading Wuthering Heights. I was actually enjoying it. I was going to do a whole video about reading Wuthering Heights and watching the new movie, and I might still do that. I just kind of have put it on the back burner right now because I have so many other things I would prefer to do, and I feel like the hype around this has already died down. Like, it died down so fast, like so quickly after the movie came out because of how apparently bad it is, which, knowing me and a remake, I'm gonna like it. I like bad, trashy remakes of classics. Like I love the, oh, what is it? Everyone hates it. Persuasion. The Netflix Persuasion with Dakota Johnson. Loved it. Loved it. Everyone hated it. I loved it. I thought it was so good. Anyway, I would like to read Wuthering Heights. I actually have not read this yet. I feel like this is one of the only, like, girly pop girly pop, as in there's like a lot of murder and weird stuff happening in this book. But it is like a feminine author with a gothic romance, because I'm getting in trouble for calling this a romance. Some people are saying it was horror. I don't know. I will have my verdict when I finish this one. But like, I've read a ton of Jane Austen. I've read Charlotte Bronte, and I haven't read Emily Bronte yet. So Wuthering Heights is a really good option. And then the other thing, I got this for Christmas. And I was gonna read this and then watch the Frankenstein movie, and then I forgot to watch the Frankenstein movie, so I haven't done that either. So this was also part of the watching remakes kind of thing, but I love this designer, Mina Lima. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. The artwork is beautiful, so I'm really excited actually to read this. And Frankenstein is a book I have read already. It was one of the classics that I read in high school that I actually loved. There's a couple. Lord of the Flies, Frankenstein, are two of like the big ones that I really, really liked. And Jane Eyre. I actually had to read Jane Eyre for high school. I love those three. Hated Dracula. So I do want to reread Dracula, but hated Dracula. Really didn't like that one. Where's the artwork? There we go. See, look at that artwork. It's so pretty. So hated Dracula, but I love Frankenstein. So I would like to reread Frankenstein because it's been quite a while, and I think this will be a really fun way to read it as well, because like the artwork is just, it's so fun. And there's some interactive things, like this one's got like a pop out. I don't want to pull it out because it'll be impossible to get back in, but this is also another classic I would love to read. So either this or Wuthering Heights, and that's not that scary. Neither of these are very scary compared to some of the other ones that I have over in that little bookshelf over there. Look at that, 2 points. I swear I haven't practiced. Like, I really have not practiced. Maybe it's just because it's warmer outside. I think it was really cold when I filmed it last time. Next up, we had a 2-pointer. I was kind of really expecting just to get a bunch of 1s again. I was kind of expecting to miss the board again, because I really didn't practice. I like told myself I was going to practice and like get really good at darts. It'd be really exciting. No, I didn't touch the dart set since the last video. My husband and I played like 2 sets after the video, so on the same day, but I have not touched it in a month. So I don't know what happened. I was standing a little bit closer, so maybe I need to like back up a couple steps to make it a little bit more exciting. But we have a 2-pointer. So we have Animal Companion. Ooh. I have to think about this one. This one's tough. I'm gonna see if maybe one of my January book. Oh, will the Mystical Cat Shelter count with that? Or is it just like a bunch of cats? Animal Companion. This one's a little bit tough because sometimes you don't know until you actually read the book. So I'm gonna have to think about this one for a little bit, but I will go collect some up. So I did actually have to look this one up because I did find one, but it's kind of, this is a stand-in for the whole series. So Emily Wilde's, I am trying to reread Emily Wilde. I'm trying to reread Map of the Other Lands so I can finally finish this series. I need to finish the series. I have the 3rd book. So I am already halfway through my reread of this, so I'm not going to count the 1st book, but I figured I would just bring this up to represent the whole series. So obviously we have a definite Animal Companion. I mean, my literal bookmark in this is the Animal Companion, if I can get it to stop, is the Animal Companion. So I think that counts. So Emily Wilde's, any of the books are a really good option. Then the internet said Nettle and Bone. I forgot there's like a bone dog thing. Yeah, he literally has it right there. And this is like my only Kingfisher that I own that I still haven't read. So I need to just read it. But I've been putting off reading it because I don't really like their fantasy books. Haven't been a fan, so I am a little bit nervous about reading this one, but it's time. It's time. I've had this for a really long time. So the internet told me that there's an Animal Companion, and you can correct me if you've read it and you don't think this counts as an Animal Companion. Definitely let me know. I have 2 other good options. The Bone Shard Daughter, which is perfect because I need to read this for my January book box things, so that would be really nice to actually have this count. This is apparently has an Animal Companion. I don't know, but the internet said it did. So I'm going to count that. So internet said there was a little otter dog cat thing. So I would count that. But yeah, let me know if it actually counts as an Animal Companion or not. Because I don't know. The internet told me, and you know how the internet works. Sometimes it's right. Sometimes it's incredibly wrong. So Bone Shard Daughter, really need to read this for my January books. So would love that to count. Are we gonna get like entirely all harder prompts? Because that's another 2-pointer. Then we had another 2-pointer, which again was not entirely expecting. I was like a really good cluster going on right now. So we have Gothic. Do I have any Gothic books right now? Ooh, I guess I could potentially read a NetGalley, but the point of these videos, the point of these TBRs is to read my physical TBR down so that it gets to a reasonable amount of books. So I'm gonna have to think about Gothic as well. Gothic's a little bit more difficult, and I do think it kind of depends on your vibe with Gothic, because some people think some stuff is Gothic, some people think stuff isn't. So I'm like literally actively scanning my shelves to see if I just see anything Gothic. That's why I'm staring off into the distance, but can't think of anything off the top of my head, so I'm gonna have to go scan some stuff downstairs. I found two pretty good options. I was kind of surprised, and I feel like I feel like Gothic, when it's Gothic, you're like, oh, that's Gothic. Like that is Gothic. So we have Nocticadia, and it literally says, where is it? Receive an acceptance letter from Jacadia University, one of the oldest, most prestigious schools in the country. I wouldn't say that's Gothic yet. Nestled on a secluded island off the coast of Maine, it's rumored to be haunted by the souls of the mental patients exiled there centuries before. Those whose bones are said to make up the island's white sandy shore. Yeah, yeah, that sounds Gothic to me. So I think this is dark romance, but I would say that this is a Gothic story. So again, sometimes Gothic is different based on who you talk to, but I do think this is going to be Gothic. And then my other option, Hungerstone. This has got to be Gothic. I mean, come on, look at the cover. I know mine's a bit damaged. Got in the Barnes & Noble 50% off sale, and this is how it came. So, you know, I'm just going to love it the way it is. The spine is still fine, and that's how I'll show it. But this has got to be Gothic. Height of the Industrial Revolution. Doesn't seem Gothic so far. When Henry's ambitions take them from London to the remote British moorlands to host a hunting party. If that doesn't say Gothic, a Gothic hunting party in the moors, I don't know what is Gothic. So, Gothic. And this is horror. And I think it's a vampire story. I don't know if it's a Carmilla. Yeah, it's some vampire adjacent. I don't know if it actually goes fully Carmilla, but it is like a Carmilla retelling. Would love to read this one. Apparently 2-pointers are easier to hit now, because now I've got 3 2-pointers and 1 3-pointer. Another 2-pointer, it's becoming a trend. I feel like we've got a trend going on here. Let's pick one on this side. Oh no, it's one of these again. First TBR book you see from a Bookstagram video. Okay, it can be a picture as well. Like, this one's gonna be hard, but it's for my physical TBR. So it says first TBR book. Okay. This is going to be interesting scrolling through. This is going to be interesting because my Instagram's a little funky because I don't use it that much. I've been trying to use it a lot more. Instagram, go check out my Instagram if you're not over there. I feel like I'm really trying to hype it up, guys. I'm really trying. Anyway, so let me input that video and we'll see what ends up coming up. Here we go. Here we go. It's going to be a lot of publisher stuff, so I feel like it's going to be a lot of like new things. And it's going to be a lot of like product things. Yeah, so like a lot of stuff is just going to be new. Oh, Tor Nightfire. I don't have any of those. Okay. Nope, don't have that. This is, what is this? See, and like some of this stuff is really weird. So, oh yeah, a lot of it might be Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. A lot of it is gonna be Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Cause my friends and I, Bran Weaver? I wouldn't mind if this was, no, it's just a regular thing. I was gonna say I wouldn't mind if it was Scythe and Sparrow because I've meant to get that and read it. So I wouldn't mind actually getting that because it's on my TBR even though I physically don't own it, but I know I will eventually physically own it. I'm gonna have to like skip through some of this stuff, so we'll see. Oh, does this count? This is Verity. That's for the movie. But I do have that book. Oh no. Okay. We're gonna hold that. We're gonna hold that. See if the next couple something pops up. But if it doesn't, I'm gonna count that. Even though I don't even know if this is a real poster, but yeah, we're gonna count that if I don't see anything else. Okay, I've read, Gleanings, but I am reading that with my husband, so I'm not gonna count that one. That doesn't count. That's a brand new book. More brand new books that I don't own. Ooh. Ooh, okay. Okay. Oh my god, is this a condom ad? Is this? What is this? Stop. Stop. That's so funny. It has it now back to you, so let me go get that. Oh, why is this? Why is this? Honestly though, that's really, really funny. That's actually really funny. I'm sorry. I can't be the only, yeah, no, a lot of people are finding this very funny. Yeah, and now back to you. I have that book, so I guess, yeah, so because this is actual book title, book cover, let's pick, and now back to you. I'll bring Verity anyway, just in case, but that's great. I could not have asked for a better ad. I did pull Verity, however, because you never know, I could be in the mood for this instead of a romance, but I did pull Verity. All I know is this is like suspenseful romance, I think. I feel like I've been told so many things that, like, this is so many different things in one book. I've been told to read it a couple times because of how absurd it is. I've been told I will either love it or I will hate it. There's gonna be no in between. So it might be time to read this because, I mean, technically this did pop up with the movie trailer. But I don't know. I don't know about this one. But our main choice is And Now Back to You. I'm really excited to read this. This is the Illumicrate copy. I do have the Owlcrate one as well, but I figured I would match the cover with what we saw in the ad. That was a crazy pull. I walked downstairs and told Lucas when I was looking for this book. I went downstairs and I was like, hey, do you want to know how I found this book? And he was like, how? How did that happen to you? And I'm like, makes sense to me. Makes sense to me that something that weird would be just scrolling along. I'd be more surprised if something like that didn't happen to me. So anyway, based on our little weather, it was a weather ad. It was a weather ad with condoms. Based on that ad, we're going to be reading And Now Back to You. This is the follow-up of my favorite book from last year, First Time Caller. Oh my gosh, the book was so good. Unfortunately, that means that this book has a lot to live up to. It's already going to be in like a world I already enjoy. I liked the setup of that world. It's already characters like that I know, so I'm excited about that. I just think it's going to be so adorable. So I have very high expectations for this one, and I'm a little scared. This is a 5-star prediction. I'm gonna have to change the rules for some other reason getting bonus books, because I have a feeling maybe I'm not gonna be missing the board anymore. I'm also closer, so that might be it. Let me take a, you might not see me in frame. Let me take a couple steps back and see if I missed this one. See, I'm a little farther back. Look at that. Look at that. We got 5 choices, not a single one-pointer. So we're going with all harder prompts this month. Yeah, so not a single one-pointer. So harder prompts this month, which is a little bit scary, but it is less books, so that is good. But yeah, I'm gonna have to workshop this to see if I can find another rule for adding books, but we'll see. I was kind of hoping for something different for our very last shot, but alas, it is another 2-pointer. Litfic. Oh no. Oh no. It's gotta be atmosphere, right? Like, that's for historical fiction? Litfic. I feel like I'm gonna need to go look up the definition of litfic, because I feel like I've gotten in trouble a couple of times for saying something's litfic and it's not. So if it's not literary fiction and I pick it, I'm sorry, but in my brain it is literary fiction. To me it's just like general fiction that doesn't have any fantasy sci-fi qualities to it. So that's what I'm counting litfic as. Oh, we got some hard prompts. Yeah, let me go see if I can find some litfic. I don't have that much, so this could be really difficult, actually. I'm a little worried about this one. We may have to repick this one, but hopefully not. This was a little bit harder than I thought, so I went with my best approximation of literary fiction. So I did pick The Academy by Elin Hilderbrand and Shelby Cunningham, and this is like drama focused. I looked at it and it does have like a little bit of kind of a mystery, but it is generally just like telling a story about them at a college. I think this falls in kind of the literary fiction category, but it is the same author as a book that I've previously really liked, The 5-Star Hotel. Absolutely love that book, but I think it's written with her daughter, literally says, and her daughter. So I do want to read this. I do see that there's like a follow-up. I don't know if it's part of a series or something like that, but that's really interesting. So I would like to read this to see if I want to read the second book that's coming out soon. But looks good, looks very filled with drama, which you guys know I love. So this could be a good pick. And then the other one, I did not pick Atmosphere because I do think Atmosphere is closer to historical romance, historical fiction romance. And I know this kind of falls in line with that as well, but I'm going to pretend it's not. So for me, we're going to try The Future Saints. I'm going to say The Future Saints falls into literary fiction because it does say love story, but sometimes it just says love story. It's actually like a sweeping love story tale, so it's not actually like a romance. It's kind of like The Favorites. The Favorites is not a romance. The Favorites is literary fiction in my head. I guess potentially historical fiction. I don't know. There's a lot of crossover in my brain, okay? So we're just gonna count The Future Saints. If anyone corrects me in the comments, I'm gonna pretend like you didn't. So this is gonna count as literary fiction in my brain. Then the other option I had for literary, I had a couple that I wanted to pull because who knows what actually counts. Notes on an Execution. This is something I've had for much longer, which is also why I wanted to pull it. It's been kind of sitting on my shelf for a while, and I know a lot of people love this book. I just never like had the urge to really pick it up since I bought it. But I feel like it's time. I feel like it's time to read this one. So I'm going to count this one also as a literary fiction because I don't think this is really supposed to be... It says suspense, but I don't really think it's supposed to be like a thriller mystery. So I'm going to count this as literary fiction. So anyway, I feel like these prompts weren't that bad. I was really scared about reading a classic, but I think the two options that I found were actually really good. I think the Gothic options are really good. I was hoping to fit more box books in this, but really nothing fits super well, which it could later, like I could read it and it actually match. That does happen. But I didn't see anything off the top of my head besides obviously the Bone Shard Daughter, so hopefully that does actually count. But I'm really excited for the Gothic books. I'm excited for everything. Like I feel like this is a really good TBR to go into April. I think I can do it. Anyway, that is everything I have for today. Make sure you subscribe to miss any future content. I am trying to do one of these TBRs every single month. I'm having a lot of fun with them so far, and they are significantly simpler than my last TBR game was, which is really nice. Make sure you like the video if you enjoyed it. Make sure you leave a comment down below. If you made it this far into the video, leave a... Oh no, there's too many options. Leave a skull emoji. We have the Bone Shard Daughter, and also Noctadia is a skull. So leave a skull emoji if you made it this far and want to let me know that you were here. Also, leave a comment down below what you want to get to in April. And yeah, that is everything that I have for you guys today. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.